I want to talk to you today about something that we all face at some point in our journey. Fake people. People who smile to your face but talk behind your back. People who pretend to support you but deep down they're hoping you fail. People who only stick around when they can get something from you but disappear when you need them the most. There are moments in life when people leave, friendships fade, and relationships break apart. And it feels like everything is falling apart. You may wonder why someone you cared for suddenly turned their back on you. Why a friendship you invested so much in started feeling distant. Why someone you trusted betrayed you, leaving you hurt and confused. But what if I told you that not every loss is a bad thing? What if I told you that sometimes when people walk away, it's actually God's way of making room for something better? You see, God knows things that you don't. He hears conversations you never heard. He sees the motives of people's hearts before their actions ever reveal them. He knows who is truly for you and who is just pretending. And because He loves you too much to let the wrong people stay in your life, He will remove them even when you don't understand why. At first it might hurt. It might feel like you've lost something valuable. You may replay moments in your mind, wondering if you could have done something differently. You may feel betrayed, disappointed, or even angry. But what you have to realize is that when someone exits your life, it's not always a loss. It's often a blessing in disguise. Because God will never take something away without replacing it with something better. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season. They come for a purpose, they teach you something, they help you grow, but they are not meant to stay forever. The problem is sometimes we try to hold on to seasonal people as if they were meant to be permanent. We get attached to what's familiar. We build expectations around relationships, and when they don't go the way we planned, we resist the change. But God's plans are always bigger than our own. He knows that some people are keeping you from your purpose. Some people are limiting your potential. Some people are draining your energy, distracting you from your calling, and preventing you from stepping into the destiny He has for you. And because He loves you, He won't allow the wrong people to stay in your life longer than they should. Think about this. Have you ever prayed for God to bless you, to take you to a new level, to open new doors? What if I told you that before He does that, He has to remove certain people? Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Some people are fine with where they are, but God is calling you higher. And if you try to bring the wrong people into your next season, they will only hold you back. Sometimes God will allow people to walk away because He knows they wouldn't celebrate your success. He knows that if they stayed, they would be envious of your blessings. He knows that they would secretly hope you fail. And because God's favor is on your life, He will not allow jealous, negative, or fake people to have a front row seat to your destiny. Other times, God will expose people's true colors. He will let situations unfold that reveal their real intentions. He will show you who is truly for you and who is just there out of convenience. And when that happens, don't ignore the signs. Don't try to force someone to stay when God is showing you that they are not meant to be there. Let them go. And you don't have to beg for love. You don't have to chase after people who don't appreciate you. You don't have to convince someone to see your worth. The right people, the ones God has assigned to be in your life, will be there because they truly care. They will support you, encourage you, pray for you, and stand by you, not because of what they can get from you, but because they genuinely love you. Think about Judas and Jesus. Judas walked with Jesus, talked with Him, acted like He was on His side, but in the end, Judas betrayed Him. Now, Jesus knew what was in Judas' heart all along, but he didn't stop him. Why? Because Judas' betrayal was part of the plan. It set the stage for Jesus to fulfill his ultimate purpose. And sometimes the people who betray you, the people who leave, the people who hurt you, they are actually pushing you into your destiny. Don't waste time mourning over who left. Don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself, wondering why someone walked away. If they were meant to stay, they would have. If they were truly part of your journey, they wouldn't have left so easily. But their exit is a sign that they were never meant to be part of your future. When God removes the wrong people, trust that He will bring the right ones. The kind of people who won't compete with you but will celebrate you. The kind of people who won't drain your energy but will uplift your spirit. The kind of people who won't talk behind your back but will pray for you behind closed doors. And when those people come into your life, you'll look back and thank God for every fake person He removed. You'll thank Him for every closed door, every friendship that faded, every relationship that didn't work out. Because you'll realize that what you thought was rejection was really protection. What you thought was a loss was actually making room for something far greater. God is intentional. He doesn't make mistakes. If He allowed someone to leave, it's because their presence was no longer needed in your life. Trust Him. Trust that He knows what's best for you. Trust that He is guiding you even when you don't understand. Your destiny is too important to be surrounded by the wrong people. Your calling is too great to be weighed down by relationships that no longer serve you. Let go of what's not meant for you and watch how God begins to bring the right people into your life. People who truly love, support, and believe in you. The best is ahead of you, not behind you. Don't hold on to what God is trying to remove. Release it and get ready for the new blessings He's about to bring. There's something about time that always reveals the truth. You see, people can put on a mask, they can play a role, they can say all the right things, but eventually who they really are will come to the surface. Fake people can only pretend for so long before their true intentions start to show. That's why you don't have to stress yourself trying to figure out who is real and who isn't. Just sit back and watch, because sooner or later God will expose them. At first, it's hard to tell. Some people come into your life and they seem genuine. They act like they care. They support you. They cheer for you. They show up when things are good, when you have something to offer, when they can benefit from being around you. But real character isn't shown in the easy times. It's revealed in the difficult moments. When you go through struggles, when you face challenges, when you no longer have something they can take from you, that's when you start to see who's really for you. Fake people are good at playing the part. They know how to say the right words, how to act like they're on your side, how to convince you that they have your best interest at heart. But deep down, their motives aren't pure. Some people stay connected to you not because they love you, but because they love what you can do for them. They enjoy the benefits of being around you, but the moment they no longer get what they want, they change. That's not real love. That's not real loyalty. That's just self-interest disguised as friendship. The problem is we sometimes ignore the warning signs. We make excuses for people because we want to believe the best in them. But God doesn't allow fake people to stay hidden forever. He will let situations arise that reveal their true heart. Maybe they start pulling away when you go through a tough time. Maybe they stop supporting you when you succeed. Maybe they talk behind your back, betray your trust, or try to bring you down. When that happens, don't be surprised. Don't get discouraged. Just recognize that God is answering your prayers. You see, sometimes we ask God to bless us, to take us higher, to open new doors, and He says, I will, but first I have to remove some people from your life. Not everyone is meant to go where God is taking you. Some people are not equipped to handle your next level. And if they stayed too long, they would only slow you down. They would bring negativity into your purpose. They would hold you back from what God has planned for you. When people walk away, when relationships fade, when you find out that someone wasn't who you thought they were, don't chase after them. Let them go. When someone's real character is exposed, believe it. Don't try to make them into something they're not. Don't waste time trying to prove your worth to people who never truly valued you in the first place. God allows certain people to be removed from your life for a reason. Maybe they were speaking against you behind closed doors. Maybe they were secretly hoping you would fail. Maybe they were only sticking around because they thought they could control you. And when their real motives start to show, it might hurt, but it's also a blessing, because now you don't have to waste any more time investing in a relationship that was never meant to last. Think about Jesus and Judas. Judas was with Jesus every day. He walked with Him, talked with Him, witnessed His miracles. To everyone else, he looked like a disciple, but Jesus knew his heart. Jesus knew that Judas was never truly for Him, but He didn't try to change him. He didn't try to convince Judas to be loyal. He simply let the plan unfold, and in the end, Judas revealed himself. That's how it works in life. You don't always have to expose fake people. Sometimes you just have to let them expose themselves. They will do it in time. The same ones who act like they support you will show their jealousy when you start to rise. The same ones who call you a friend will talk against you when you're not around. The same ones who act like they love you will be the first to walk away when things get hard. But don't let that shake you. Don't let that make you bitter. Just know that when God removes someone, it's because they are no longer needed for where you're going. It's not a loss, it's a blessing. When you let go of fake people, you make room for the right ones. The ones who will pray for you, stand by you, encourage you. The ones who will be there not just when you have something to offer, but even when you have nothing at all. So don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of keeping the wrong ones. Be afraid of surrounding yourself with those who smile in your face but secretly hope for your downfall. You deserve real relationships. You deserve genuine love. You deserve people who celebrate you, not people who secretly compete with you. Trust that God knows what He's doing. If He's allowing someone's true colors to be revealed, take it as a sign. Take it as His way of protecting you. Some people can only pretend for so long. Eventually, the truth always comes out. And when it does, don't be afraid to walk away, because what's ahead of you is far greater than anything you're leaving behind. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. This is one of the hardest lessons in life, but it is also one of the most necessary. There comes a time in your journey when you have to realize that not everyone who started with you is supposed to finish with you. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, to play a role for a specific time, and when that season is over, they begin to drift away. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. It simply means that God has a different plan for you, and He knows that certain people can't go where He's taking you. This is something that we often struggle with because we want to take everyone with us. We want our friends, our family, the people we grew up with, the people we trusted to stay with us on this journey. But the reality is, as you grow, as God elevates you, as He opens new doors, you will find that some people no longer fit into your life the way they used to. It's not because you've changed for the worse, it's because you're moving into a new season. and not everyone is willing or able to go there with you. One of the biggest mistakes we make is trying to hold on to people that God is trying to remove. We ignore the signs, we fight against the process, we try to force relationships to work when they are clearly no longer serving us. But when God is leading you into something greater, He will often separate you from people who are not meant to go any further with you. And if you try to take them with you, you will only slow yourself down, you will carry unnecessary burdens, and you will miss out on what God is trying to do in your life. You have to understand that destiny requires separation. When God has something big planned for you, He will often strip away everything and everyone that is not aligned with His purpose for you. That means some friendships will fade, some relationships will end, some people you thought would always be there will suddenly walk away. And when that happens, don't chase after them, don't beg them to stay, don't try to hold on to what God is trying to remove. Trust that He knows what He's doing. The truth is, some people are only comfortable with you as long as you stay on their level. They are fine with you when you are struggling, when you are stuck, when you are in the same place as them. But the moment God starts to elevate you, the moment you start growing, the moment you start changing, they begin to feel uncomfortable. Instead of celebrating you, they start questioning you. Instead of supporting you, they start distancing themselves. And if they do stay, they bring negativity, they bring doubt, they bring discouragement, because deep down, they don't want to see you go further than them. That's why God will reveal the people who are not truly for you. He will show you who is genuinely happy for you and who is secretly envious. He will allow certain situations to expose the ones who only stayed because of what they could get from you. And when you see the truth, don't ignore it. Some people are only connected to you because of convenience. Some people are only in your life because they benefit from being around you. But when God starts taking you to the next level, when He starts opening new doors, those people will start to fall away. It may hurt, it may feel like rejection, but in reality it is protection. God is protecting you from people who were never meant to go into your next season. He is removing those who would only hold you back, who would only bring drama, who would only bring doubt. And if you try to take them with you, you will find yourself weighed down, distracted, and unable to fully step into what God has planned for you. Think about Abraham. When God told him to go to a new land, He didn't tell him to bring his whole family, his whole community, all his friends. He told him to go. And because Abraham obeyed, because he was willing to leave behind what was familiar, God blessed him beyond anything he could have imagined. But if Abraham had stayed, if he had refused to move forward because he didn't want to leave people behind, he would have missed out on his destiny. The same is true for you. If you want to step into all that God has for you, you have to be willing to leave some people behind. You have to stop trying to drag people who don't want to grow. You have to stop holding on to relationships that are no longer aligned with your purpose. If someone is meant to be in your life, God will make sure they are there. But if He is removing someone, trust that it is for your good. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going, and that's okay. Some people were only meant to be part of your journey for a season. They taught you something, they helped you grow, but now their part in your story is over. Don't be bitter about it. Don't try to force relationships that are no longer meant to be. Instead, trust that God is leading you to something better. When people walk away, when friendships end, when relationships change, don't see it as a loss. See it as preparation. God is preparing you for something greater. He is making room for the right people. He is aligning you with those who will truly support you, encourage you, and walk with you into your destiny. So stop looking back. Stop trying to hold on to what God is calling you to let go of. Your future is ahead of you, not behind you. Trust the process. Trust that God is guiding you, and know that what He has in store for you is far greater than anything or anyone you're leaving behind. When someone walks away from your life, let them go. It doesn't matter how much you cared about them, how much time you invested, or how much you thought they would always be there. If they chose to leave, that means they were not meant to stay. Too many times we waste our energy chasing after people who have already decided to walk away. We try to hold on to relationships that have expired, friendships that have run their course, and connections that God Himself is trying to remove. But here's the truth. You don't have to chase what is meant for you. What's truly yours will stay. It's painful when people leave, especially when you thought they were loyal, when you believed they had your back, when you trusted them with your heart. But God knows things you don't know. He sees conversations you never heard. He understands motives you couldn't discern. And He knows when someone's presence in your life is no longer serving His purpose for you. When He allows someone to walk away, it's not to hurt you, it's to protect you. Some people are only in your life for a season. They were never meant to walk with you forever. They were there to teach you something, to help you grow, or to be part of a certain chapter of your story. But when that chapter is over, they have to go. The problem is we get attached to the idea of people staying. We start believing that just because someone was there for us in one season, they should be there for all seasons. But God doesn't operate that way. He removes people for a reason. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking that our value is tied to who stays in our lives. We believe that if someone leaves, it must mean we weren't good enough, that we didn't do enough, that we failed in some way. But that's not true. People don't always leave because of something you did wrong. Sometimes they leave because it's simply time for them to go. Maybe they were holding you back. Maybe their presence was draining your energy. Maybe they were only around for what they could gain, and now that the benefits are gone, they're gone too. And instead of seeing it as a loss, you need to see it as a blessing, because anyone who can walk away from you was never truly connected to you in the first place. Think about this. If someone can walk away so easily, were they really meant to be part of your journey? Real love, real friendship, real loyalty doesn't disappear overnight. It doesn't end when things get hard. It doesn't fade away when you start growing, when you start succeeding, when you start becoming who God called you to be. If someone walks away when you need them most, that tells you everything you need to know. Stop begging people to stay. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who don't appreciate it. Stop running after people who have already made up their minds to leave. If someone can walk out of your life, let them go. Because the truth is, their exit is making room for something better. Sometimes we don't understand why certain people leave. We replay memories in our minds. We wonder what we could have done differently. We hold on to false hope that maybe they'll come back. But you need to realize that holding on to the wrong people will only keep you from receiving the right ones. God will never remove something from your life without replacing it with something better. He sees what's ahead. He knows the kind of people you need around you. He knows who will lift you up, who will encourage you, who will push you toward your destiny. And if someone leaves, it's because they were not part of that plan. Think about Jesus. He had thousands of followers, but when it came time for the cross, most of them left. Even some of His closest disciples abandoned Him. But did Jesus chase after them? Did He beg them to stay? No. He stayed focused on his purpose. He knew that some people were only there for the miracles, for the benefits, for what they could get. But when the real journey began, they disappeared. And that's how it is in life. Some people will be with you only as long as it benefits them. But when your season shifts, when your journey gets tough, when your calling requires more, they will walk away. Let them go. You don't need people who are only with you for convenience. You don't need people who stay when it's easy but leave when it's hard. You need people who will stand by you no matter what. People who will pray for you, believe in you, and support you without conditions. And when you stop chasing those who left, you'll realize that the right people were waiting for you all along. If you're dealing with the pain of someone walking away, know this: it's not the end of your story. It's not a loss. It's a shift. God is making room for something better. He is aligning you with people who truly belong in your life. But you can't receive the new if you're still holding on to the old. So release the past, release the disappointment, release the need to chase after people who were never meant to stay. Trust that God is leading you to something greater. And remember, when someone walks away, it's not rejection. When people hurt you, betray you, or walk away from you, the natural response is to feel anger. It's easy to let bitterness take root, to start thinking about how you can get back at them, how you can make them regret what they did. But let me tell you, wasting your time on revenge or bitterness will only keep you stuck. It won't heal you. It won't bring you peace. It will only drain your energy and rob you of the blessings God has ahead for you. Life is too short to waste even a single moment on bitterness. God did not put you on this earth to live in resentment, replaying past hurts in your mind, letting anger control your emotions. You have too much purpose, too much potential, too much destiny to fulfill to be caught up in thoughts of revenge. The truth is, when someone does you wrong, they've already done enough damage. Don't let them continue to have power over you by holding on to anger. Bitterness doesn't hurt them. It hurts you. It eats away at your peace. It poisons your joy. It keeps you from moving forward. You might think that holding on to resentment makes you strong, but the real strength is in letting go. The real power is in trusting God to handle what you can't. Because He sees everything. He knows what was done in secret. He heard the conversations you didn't hear. He saw the betrayals you never knew about. And He is a God of justice. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove your worth to people who mistreated you. You don't have to make them pay for what they did. That's not your job. That's God's job. And trust me, He knows how to deal with people better than you ever could. If you try to take revenge, you might get temporary satisfaction, but you'll also be blocking your own blessings. God cannot fill hands that are full of anger. He cannot pour into a heart that is full of bitterness. Think about it. If you're spending all your time thinking about how to get even, how can you focus on your future? How can you grow? How can you step into the blessings that are ahead of you? When you dwell on the past, you keep yourself tied to it, but when you release it, you free yourself to receive what God has for you. Some people were meant to leave your life. Some betrayals were necessary for your growth. Some heartbreaks were the very thing that pushed you closer to your destiny. Instead of being bitter about it, start seeing it as preparation. That person who walked away, they were never meant to be with you in the long run. That friend who betrayed you, they were only there to teach you a lesson. That door that closed, it was God's way of protecting you from something that wasn't good for you. You don't have to waste your time trying to make things right in your own strength. God is your defender. He is your vindicator. He sees the pain, He sees the injustice, and He promises to repay. When you take matters into your own hands, You are saying that you don't trust God to do it. But when you release it, when you say, God, I give this to you, that's when He steps in and works things out in ways you never could. Look at Joseph in the Bible. His own brothers betrayed him. They threw him into a pit, sold him into slavery, and left him for dead. He had every reason to be bitter. He had every reason to want revenge. But he didn't waste his time on it. Instead, he trusted God, and because he did, God elevated him to a position of power that he never could have reached if he had been stuck in anger. In the end, the very people who betrayed him had to come back to him for help. That's what God does. He turns what was meant for harm into something good. That's why you can let go. That's why you don't have to waste another moment being angry. Because if you trust God, He will take what was meant to destroy you and use it to bless you. He will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. He will restore what was taken. He will open new doors that no one can shut. But you have to be willing to release the old in order to receive the new. You may have been hurt, but don't let that hurt define you. You may have been betrayed, but don't let that betrayal shape your future. You are not a victim. You are not defeated. You are a child of God, and He has greater things ahead for you. But you can't step into those things if you're still holding on to the past. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Let go, not because it excuses what they did, but because you refuse to let it steal another moment of your joy. Move forward, not because it's easy, but because your future is too important to waste on the past. The best revenge is not getting even, it's living well. It's walking in the blessings God has for you. It's succeeding despite what was done to you. It's thriving in the purpose that no one can take away from you. And when you do that, you won't even have to worry about those who did you wrong, because while they are stuck in the past, you will be walking in the future that God has prepared for you. So make a decision today. Let it go. Release the bitterness, release the anger, release the need for revenge. Trust God, focus on your purpose, and know that what's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. When someone betrays you, when they lie to you, when they walk away after you've given them your trust, the natural reaction is to feel hurt. It's easy to get caught up in thoughts of revenge, to replay the situation over and over in your mind, imagining what you could have said or done differently. You might even feel like you need to make them pay to show them that they messed with the wrong person. But let me tell you, wasting your time on revenge or bitterness will only keep you stuck in the past. It will not heal you. It will not bring you peace. It will not restore what was lost. It will only steal your joy, distract you from your purpose, and keep you from receiving the blessings that God has ahead for you. The enemy wants you to be consumed by resentment. He wants you to focus so much on the person who hurt you that you lose sight of where God is trying to take you. That's why bitterness is so dangerous. It blinds you. It makes you hold on to something that God is trying to remove from your life. It keeps your heart heavy, your mind clouded, and your spirit drained. You think that by holding on to that anger, you're somehow protecting yourself. But in reality, you're only allowing the pain to continue hurting you. God sees everything. He knows the betrayal you face. He knows the pain you didn't deserve. He knows the people who turned their backs on you, and He is not blind to what they did. But here's what you need to understand. God is a God of justice. He knows how to deal with people far better than you ever could. When you take revenge into your own hands, you're saying, God, I don't trust you to handle this. But when you release it, when you let go of the bitterness, when you say, God, I give this to you, That's when he steps in and works things out in ways you never imagined. Look at Joseph. His own brothers betrayed him. They threw him into a pit, sold him into slavery, and left him for dead. If anyone had a right to be bitter, it was Joseph. But instead of wasting his time plotting revenge, he trusted God. He focused on his purpose. He worked hard, stayed faithful, and allowed God to elevate him. And in the end, the very people who betrayed him had to come back to him for help. That's how God works. He takes what was meant for harm and turns it into something good. That's why you don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to chase after people trying to prove your worth. You don't have to spend your energy trying to make someone feel the same pain they caused you. That's not your job. That's God's job. And He will handle it in His own time, in His own way. Bitterness doesn't hurt them, it hurts you. While you're sitting there thinking about what they did, losing sleep, feeling angry, they're going on with their lives unbothered. The longer you hold on to it, the more power you give them over you. But the moment you decide to let go, the moment you release it to God, you take back your power, you take back your peace, you take back your future. God is not asking you to ignore the pain. He's not saying that what they did was okay. But He is asking you to trust Him enough to move forward. He is asking you to believe that He has something greater ahead, something so much better that you won't even care about what they did in the past. But you can't step into the future God has for you if you're still holding on to old wounds. Some people were only in your life to teach you a lesson. They were never meant to stay forever. And when their time is up, God will remove them. If they walked away, let them go. If they betrayed you, let God deal with them. If they mistreated you, trust that God sees it and He will handle it. But don't let their actions control your emotions. Don't let their negativity poison your spirit. Don't let their betrayal steal your joy. Forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. It's about setting yourself free. It's about saying, I refuse to let this situation have power over me any longer. When you forgive, you're not excusing what they did. You're choosing to move forward without carrying the weight of it. You're choosing to trust that God will take care of the situation. You're choosing to focus on your purpose instead of your pain. Jesus Himself was betrayed. Judas, one of His own disciples, sold Him out for a few pieces of silver. And yet Jesus didn't waste time trying to get back at him. He didn't let the betrayal stop Him from fulfilling His purpose. He kept moving forward. He knew that what was ahead was far greater than what was behind. And because of that, He fulfilled His destiny. You have to do the same. You have to decide that your future is more important than your feelings of revenge. You have to understand that the best revenge is not getting even, it's moving forward. It's being successful. It's living a life so full of joy, peace, and blessings that those who hurt you have no choice but to watch from a distance as God elevates you. God is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. That means He is going to bless you right in front of those who tried to bring you down. But if you're too busy looking back, if you're too focused on the past, you'll miss what God is trying to do in your life right now. So let it go. Let go of the bitterness. Let go of the anger. Let go of the need for revenge. Trust that God is your defender. Trust that He is fighting for you. And know that what He has ahead for you is far greater than anything you've lost. You don't have time to waste on people who don't deserve your energy. You don't have time to replay old conversations, to dwell on past betrayals, to carry the weight of what someone did to you. Your destiny is too important. Your purpose is too great. Your calling is too significant. Make a decision today. Release it. Let God handle it. And watch how He turns your pain into purpose, your betrayal into a blessing, and your setback into a setup for something greater. Your future is waiting, and it's far too bright to be overshadowed by the past. Sometimes in life, people will disappoint you. You'll trust someone, believe in them, stand by them, and then one day you find out they were never who you thought they were. Maybe they talked behind your back. Maybe they used you. Maybe they walked away when you needed them the most. When that happens, it's easy to feel hurt, betrayed, even angry. You start questioning everything. Why did this happen? How did I not see it? Why would God allow someone like that into my life in the first place? But here's the truth. God sees what you can't see. He knows what's happening behind closed doors. He hears the conversations you were never meant to hear. He sees the intentions of people's hearts long before their actions reveal them. And when He starts to remove certain people from your life, it's not to hurt you, it's to protect you. It's to make space for the right people, the ones who truly belong in your life. You see, we get attached to people. We get comfortable with them. Even when we sense something is off, we often ignore it because we don't want to lose them. We convince ourselves that we need them, that they'll change, that maybe we're just overthinking things. But God knows better. He knows who is meant to walk with you into your future and who is only supposed to be part of your past. And sometimes when you refuse to let go of someone who isn't good for you, God will remove them Himself. That's why you have to trust Him even when it hurts, even when you don't understand why things happen the way they did. Because sometimes what feels like rejection is actually God's protection. What feels like betrayal is actually a blessing in disguise. That person who walked away, maybe they were keeping you from something greater. That friend who turned against you, maybe they were never really a friend at all. That relationship that fell apart, maybe God was saving you from years of heartbreak and disappointment. God loves you too much to let you stay connected to the wrong people. He will not allow fake friends, manipulative people, or those who don't truly care about you to stay in your life forever. Eventually, their true nature will be revealed. They can pretend for a while, but they can't fool God. And when the time is right, He will open your eyes. He will expose what was hidden. And when He does, don't fight it. Don't try to hold on to people who have already shown you who they really are. It's not always easy. Letting go can be painful. You might feel lonely for a season. You might question whether you made the right choice. But trust that God knows what He's doing. He sees the bigger picture. He knows where He's taking you, and He knows who belongs in that next chapter of your life. Think about Judas. He walked with Jesus, talked with Him, ate with Him, acted like His friend, and yet in the end He betrayed Him. Jesus knew all along who Judas was. He knew what he would do, but He didn't beg him to stay. He didn't try to change him. He simply let him go. Because Jesus understood something we all need to learn. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season. And when their time is up, you have to let them go. You don't have to waste your energy trying to figure out why someone did what they did. You don't have to chase after them, trying to make them see your worth. If God removed them, let them go. Trust that He saw something you didn't see. Maybe He saw that they were holding you back. Maybe He knew that they would have hurt you even more if they had stayed. Maybe He knew that their presence in your life was blocking something better from coming your way. Whatever the reason, trust that God knows best. Stop questioning. Stop doubting. Stop replaying the past in your mind. Instead, move forward with confidence, knowing that when God removes someone, He always has something greater in store. The people who truly belong in your life will never leave. They will stand by you through the ups and downs. They will celebrate your victories and support you through your struggles. They won't have to be forced to stay. They will want to be there. So if someone has left, if someone has shown their true colors, don't see it as a loss. See it as God making room for better. See it as God protecting you from something you couldn't see. And most of all, trust that He is leading you to a place of greater peace, greater joy, and greater blessings. Because when you trust God, when you let go of what was, you open yourself up to receive what is coming. And what's coming is always better than what was left behind. There are moments in life when people show their true colors, and sometimes it happens in ways we never expected. You trusted them, believed in them, stood by them, and yet one day everything changed. They betrayed you, walked away, or revealed a side of themselves you never thought existed. When that happens, it's natural to feel confused, hurt, and even angry. You might find yourself asking, why did I not see this coming? Why did God allow this person into my life in the first place? But here's what you have to remember. God sees what you cannot see. He knows things about people that you don't know. He hears the conversations you were never a part of. He sees the intentions in their hearts before they ever act on them. While you see what's in front of you, God sees the full picture, past, present, and future. And sometimes when He reveals the truth about certain people in your life, it's not to hurt you, but to protect you. There are people you think you need, but God knows they're not meant to go where He's taking you. You might feel attached to them. You might believe they're supposed to be in your future. But if they're not truly for you, if they don't have the right heart, if their presence is blocking the blessings God wants to give you, He will remove them. He will show you their true nature, not because He wants to break you, but because He wants to build you. It's not always easy to accept. Sometimes when God exposes someone's real character, we don't want to believe it. We hold on hoping things will change, trying to justify their actions, making excuses for them. But the longer you hold on to someone who isn't meant to stay, the more you delay, the greater things God has in store for you. Think about it. There have been moments in your life when you thought losing someone was the worst thing that could happen. But then later on, you realized it was actually a blessing. You saw things you never noticed before. You recognized the negative energy they brought into your life. You understood how much better you felt without them. At the time, you couldn't see it, but God knew all along. That's why trusting God is so important. When He reveals the truth about someone, don't fight it. Don't beg them to stay. Don't ignore the signs. Trust that He knows what you don't know. He is guiding you, protecting you, making sure you're surrounded by the right people, people who will love you genuinely, support you sincerely, and stand by you through every season of your life. Judas was one of Jesus' disciples. He walked with Him, talked with Him, acted like a friend. But in the end, he betrayed Jesus for a few pieces of silver. Jesus knew who Judas was from the very beginning. He wasn't surprised by the betrayal, and yet He never tried to stop Judas. He didn't beg him to change. He didn't hold on to him, because Jesus knew something we all need to learn. Some people are only in your life for a season, and when their time is up, you have to let them go. When God exposes someone, it's a gift. It might not feel like it in the moment, but it's His way of saying, this person is not for you. They cannot go where I am taking you. Let them go and trust me. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and see that God was working for your good the entire time. Sometimes fake people can only pretend for so long. They might smile in your face, speak kind words, and act supportive, but their true intentions always come to light. God won't let you walk blindly into your future with the wrong people by your side. So when He starts revealing the truth, don't resist it. Don't hold on out of fear or attachment. Trust that He knows exactly what He's doing. God is not just protecting you from harm, He's making room for better. The people who walked away, the ones who betrayed you, the ones who turned out to be different from who they claimed to be, they were never meant to stay. And if you try to hold on to them, you'll miss out on the right people. Those who will love you, uplift you, and walk with you in truth. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to understand why things happened the way they did. All you need to do is trust that God sees what you cannot see. He knows what's in their hearts. He knows where they're headed, and He knows what's best for you. So don't waste time questioning or regretting. Don't get stuck in bitterness or disappointment. Instead, move forward with confidence, knowing that when God removes someone from your life, He always replaces them with something better. Trust His plan even when you don't understand it, because He is leading you to a place of greater peace, greater joy, and greater purpose. One day you'll look back and realize that the things you lost were nothing compared to the blessings God brought into your life. The people who left were nothing compared to the ones He sent to walk with you. And the situations that broke your heart were actually setting you up for something greater. Trust that God knows what you can't see. He's not just taking things away. He's making room for something far greater than you can imagine. Let go of what's not meant for you and step boldly into the future He has prepared, because what's coming is always better than what was left behind. So don't be discouraged when God reveals fake people in your life. That's not rejection, it's protection. That's not a setback, it's a setup for something greater. When people walk away, when they betray, when they show their true colors, don't fight it, don't try to fix it. Just say, God, I trust You. I know You are making room for something better. And when you do that, you'll walk in peace, you'll walk in confidence, and you'll step into the destiny that God has prepared for you without the weight of the wrong people holding you back. Amen?